Okay, anything besides those two? Any other food recommendations?
I went to a place that's like a metal bar burger joint called Kumo's
Okay.
and or Kuma's, I can't remember. Anyways, um there's just like heavy metal playing on like the TVs and like on the speakers and stuff. All their burgers are named after metal bands and like huge and probably the best burger I've ever had. And you can make your own mac and cheese there, so I did that too. So yesterday, like I just
This
ate
is
so
the
much
worst
food.
audio quality.
Yeah. Well, we
This is
can't help
so
it. He's
bad.
he's using hotel internet. It's the only
Let's all
reason.
keep that in mind as the podcast continues.
Yeah,
Oh, you're back. You're back. It's
I'm
sounding a
back.
bit better. Okay, why don't you repeat
Okay.
that last section?
It's a place called Kuma's. It's like a burger bar
Yeah.
sort of thing. And they have like create your own mac and cheese. So I made some bacon mushroom mac and cheese because you get two toppings.
That sounds pretty good.
And then you can add more if you want to. There's like a list of a bunch of toppings. So
What's on the list? I gotta know this.
tomatoes, broccoli, like
Ooh.
just toppings that you would get either on a pizza, on a burger, or like as a side dish even. There's everything.
Okay. Can you get hot dogs
Like from there.
in your mac and cheese? Because like growing up as a kid, macaroni and hot dogs was like a thing.
That's a good question.
I don't know if you guys ever had that. Like macaroni and hot dogs, is that a thing for you guys? Chopped up hot dogs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
but
had that
not
before.
in the mac and cheese.
No, no, in the mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, I haven't had it in it.
No, that was like a thing growing up. Is we're gonna have macaroni and hot dogs for dinner, and you chop up the hot dog, like because you can
Yeah.
boil it in the same water.
You've never had that at all, Paul?
No,
You should
I've
try
had
it.
hot dogs like with mac and cheese, but not in it.
Are you talking like a hot dog with bun and then mac and cheese on it?
Yeah,
'Cause that
yeah,
also
like not
sounds
a
real good.
wiener.
That sounds great.
That's not a bad dinner, but
So what you're
Yeah.
saying, Paul, is you were able to like leave the immediate airport area.
Yeah, last night we went out with a bunch of people
Okay, because I
and
remember last time you were saying that you didn't think you were gonna be able to like go anywhere.
I haven't really been able to. That was the one night, and luckily we went to a place that I really liked, and we spent a lot of money on the company's tab, so that was cool.
That's great. That's the
Yeah.
best. Yeah. Um, anything else? How's
I just
America?
it's there's a lot of cops here, like a lot of cops here. Um,
have you been counting or
no, but they're very present. I can see them every time I'm walking across the street or something, there's just like two cops going by. There's so many here.
Fun fact, they were also one of the toppings you could have selected for your macaroni.
It's true.
Yeah, like they're everywhere.
Yeah. Um, America's fine. Like I always the like service industry here. Like it's,
What?
when you go into a place and you order food, they get it for you like right away because they want you like in and out and stuff. In like Canada, sometimes like people don't give a shit. There's no such thing as service there.
oh,
Yeah,
so
da
it's like a restaurant supposed to be. Okay.
yeah.
Right.
There's like a good like a level of respect. Like down here, they don't look me in the eyes, and that's correct.
Right. No, it's just one of those things like, what are you having? Beef sandwich. Okay, it's ready for me like as I'm paying.
I mean, there's something a little gross about that. I'm just gonna mention there.
No, it's fast food. When you're getting something like that, it's totally fine. I've been at a Tim Hortons before where I had to wait 15 minutes for them to like find bread.
I guarantee 75% of the people listening to this just said, "What is Tim Hortons?"
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Um, okay. John, you were also in the States, is that
I
correct?
was, yes.
How was your trip? Where'd you go?
I was in Virginia.
All right. Where
Uh
is that? I
East
could
Coast. You're the
okay. I mean,
American here. You're now the American.
first off, not an American. Second off, I couldn't point to anything in America on a map unless it's like San Francisco and Seattle, basically.
Just so the West Coast.
West Coast, best coast. Why even have another coast?
So you can call the coast the West Coast.
But I'm already calling it the best coast.
You're just saying fuck cardinal directions. Just go
I mean, I'm
straight.
fine with cardinal directions, but East Coast, least. Coast. Why don't you tell us about Thanksgiving on the East Coast?
It was good. It was surprisingly warm there for being like
Great.
near Washington D.C. It was like 20 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
It was crazy warm.
Um, both you guys were in here for Black Friday. Did anyone go Black Friday shopping?
I was on an airplane during Black Friday, so
Paul?
I was here Sunday, so
Okay,
no.
so you weren't here. Okay. I'll tell you about my Black. I went Black Friday shopping. Nothing crazy happened.
no one died.
Not in front of my eyes.
Okay.
Um,
That's good.
yep. So what did you? How was Virginia then specifically? Besides the weather, what food did you eat?
Turkey, as it was Thanksgiving.
Yep.
That was it. Only turkey, and I only had that meal the one day. No, I don't know. We were just in a small town, and then we went into a major town. I'm trying to remember what the hell the name of it was, because we flew near Norfolk, so I think that was the town we went to.
That's the big town or the small
That was
town?
the big town, yeah.
Not big enough. I haven't
Fair.
heard about it.
All right, but yeah,
Did you go to New York? That's a big town on the East Coast.
that's also not the state of Virginia, so no.
You're right. I know that much.
That is arguably the biggest town on the
I
East
I
Coast.
think it is, yeah.
True.
Well, I mean, population wise.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I don't know. We had a good time there. We went and did a mystery room. We
Oh,
had
that's cool. Was
yeah.
it themed?
It was themed to like art forgery. So like it was all like an artist's loft that we were trying to like break into and find a stolen painting.
So you weren't so much trying to escape the room, you were trying to break into this guy's house.
Yeah,
Okay. That's
Interesting.
different. Did that actually change anything or is it still just puzzles?
it was still just puzzles.
Okay.
So it was like you broke into his apartment, but you have to get in, steal something, and get out because it was in a locked room was what we needed to get into, and
Oh,
then we
okay.
opened up a locked like suitcase, and that had like this painting we were supposed to take and leave.
So I'm picturing like a shipping crate or something inside this room. Like
It
what
was
is
like a steam trunk.
that which is the room?
Oh no, like it was an apartment like with furniture and like art on the walls.
You were literally trying to get into an actual like apartment?
We were in the apartment and we were trying to break into like a side room of the apartment.
Oh, okay. So you have to find like the key
Yeah.
by doing puzzles. Okay,
So
okay.
we had to find like the passcode to get into the room, and then we had to find the passcode for the padlock to get the painting.
So someone pays rent for this apartment just for games and fun time.
No, like it was just themed to look like a apartment, Sean. It was an office building we walked into for the actual puzzle room.
Okay, all right, okay. Got it. Got it now. Got the whole thing. Did you win?
No, we ran out of time on the last puzzle.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Although I would arguably say that's the best outcome because you don't want it to be too easy, but you want to see
It
out as much
was
as you can.
really hard actually. We had to ask for a lot of hints on some of it.
Okay, how many people were in this group?
Just the three of us.
Wow, that's a small group.
Yeah, that room they said it could support up to 8 or 10.
Yeah, like the when I went and did, I only did one, but it was like, no, you're gonna do this with 8 people because people like randoms are just gonna sign up for it. Like,
That could have been the case too, but when we showed up, no one was there. We just basically did a walk in.
did you? Because you went on Thanksgiving and everyone was like, "Why are you here?
It was the day before
Be with your
Thanksgiving.
family."
It was the day before Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right. Anything else from Virginia Thanksgiving?
Not really much. We just kind of hung around, played with the dogs, ate food. I got to ride around in like a 1940s Ford for a little bit. That was fun.
Okay.
That was about it though. It was Thanksgiving with the girlfriend's family.
Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, it was real cold down here, down in the LA area. I tried that sweet potato casserole thing. It's way too sweet. That's the outcome. It's too sweet. Why would you want to eat it? Sweet potatoes are already sweet. I don't need sugar and marshmallows on them. Not for me. Um, but other than that, went on a hike, went Black Friday shopping, picked up. What did I get? I got Furious 7. Maybe you heard about it. Small indie film.
Mm-hmm.
My Neighbor Totoro on Blu-ray because I didn't have that either. The Witcher 3,
Nice.
Destiny with the Taken King,
Nice.
and Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yeah.
Those are my picks. Nothing over $35 in that whole group.
Nice.
Yeah, so pretty all right deals. I was seeing like Guitar Hero Live for like $60, and it was like, wow, that is a fantastic deal.
Where were you seeing that? Just online or?
It's just Walmart.
Damn.
Yeah, some real good deals. Um, Picked up a pretty funny uh ugly Christmas sweater because I need one for this Saturday. We're having an ugly Christmas sweater party. It's bright blue. There's I mean like I don't have it here, I'd show it.
Mm.
But also for the audio listeners, there's a reindeer head on it. The reindeer has Christmas lights in its antlers, and it's wearing sunglasses. And right beside it, it says, "Bro, where's the party?" Which is real good because that deer is down to party. Uh, so
God damn it.
I'm looking forward to wearing that. Speaking of shirts, I said I would wear this Top Down Perspective shirt.
Oh man, that's a good segue to start the podcast too. This is Top Down Perspective.
You're right. Way to jump on that.
I did it.
John Wheeler.
Today is December 3rd, 2015. I'm John Wheeler. I'm your host. Apparently, I'm joined by Sean Booker.
Just taking those reins.
And live from a CB radio, Paul Fleck.
Hey, how's it going?
Paul is
10-4, good
with us
buddy.
Through smoke signals for the remainder of this podcast.
It's true.
Yep. Flags, Morse code. We'll get them. We'll figure out what's going on.
All right. Paul, what have you been playing? Have you even had a chance to play anything while you've been gone?
Dude, no, it's been so fucking busy. Nothing yet.
What about like on the plane?
On the plane, I watched a bunch of Steven Universe and fell asleep.
Nice.
All right.
My girlfriend be proud. Good job. Cheers.
That show is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will watch more of it.
It is enjoyable.
It has the same type of charm to its writing that Undertale does, which is good.
Okay.
And I think you just sold 1 million people on Steven Universe just then.
A lot of heart.
If our podcast survey would indicate one thing, it is that people like Undertale.
I had a feeling. I think who was it? You, Sean, I had that bet with, or was it Paul that like we knew what the community game of the year would be right off the bat?
There wasn't a bet. You and I said that it's going to be like one of the top ones.
That's not me. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, then that confirms that at least.
The other thing I can guarantee you from our survey is that people can't read. I don't know how many times I need to write down, please read the full question. They just don't get it. They don't get it. 3 years running. Real quick side note for people wondering what we're talking about. Game of the Year season's coming up. It'll be at the end of the year, like it always is. We like to do a community Game of the Year survey for our community to answer, and then we tally up all the votes for the individual categories, and we announce what you guys voted as the winner/loser of each category. So if you haven't done that yet, go to our Twitter account. We tweet it out. I also put it on the Facebook page, and go do the survey. And then we can all see what everyone liked. Come sometime around the end of this month. Please read the questions fully and carefully. I cannot stress that enough. And joke responses get ignored. Like, I'm all for joke responses, but we have to ignore them. I can't put them in the ranking. So, looks like someone in the chat. Mitch is going to post it in the chat. So if you're currently watching, thank you, Mitch, for posting it in the chat. Paul, let's return to what you've been playing. I'm dying.
He said
to know.
nothing.
All right, it's the end of Paul.
Yeah, like Phoenix Wright will be the thing probably when I have some free time Saturday and before my flight Sunday. But other than that, nothing.
That's convenient.
This is the first Phoenix Wright, correct?
Yeah, just to wrap it up.
That's convenient.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I started the second one after you started the first one and finished it before you ended the first one.
Yeah, probably.
I'm like halfway through the third one right now.
That's also
That sounds
super
about
convenient because that's actually what I've been playing is Phoenix Wright.
The first one?
No, I've actually been playing Apollo Justice and Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. So
Just at
the
this,
fourth one, and the fifth one.
just at, what about Miles Edgeworth?
Oh, I skipped that one.
But doesn't that count in like the numbers?
No,
Yeesh.
it's a spinoff.
Okay, like story stuff doesn't involved. Where does that take place in the timeline? Is it even in the timeline?
I think it takes place after three. I think.
Okay. You're why are you playing both at the same time?
Well, because I finished one, so I started the other.
I see. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Are you playing that just because Paul and I had been playing it and you just got
No,
interested, or
well, I guess we'll start talking about my game since we're on it.
yeah?
When I was on this trip to for Thanksgiving, I finished up Triforce Heroes completely. So
I'm
I was,
sorry to hear that.
I
I'm
know.
so
Well,
so sorry.
I'm LPing it now too. I'm actually doing videos on it. So
What are you doing? I hate that game so
I'm
much.
playing it with two other people, which is like I said, the only way to actually enjoy that game.
Oh, writing that review, like I almost felt bad for Triforce Heroes. I could not write enough bad things about it.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of people in the chat confirming Miles Edgeworth takes place after three, but before Apollo.
Okay, so I guess that's the next one I'm gonna play. I gotta find a copy of that.
You can borrow mine when you get here.
Perfect. You won't get it back for a few months though,
Then you're not borrowing it.
because like so.
True, you're not just gonna sit down and
Actually,
play that on
I
the trip.
might be because my mom's coming down to visit in February. I might be able to give it to her to bring back up there.
Maybe. We'll see about that.
Sure. I also don't mind like buying one. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah. Finished all the content in Triforce Heroes.
Wait,
Today,
all the content, like everything?
all the single player stuff. Yeah. Well, I guess all of it. Period. Yeah.
Even like the challenges.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would. You
So
could not pay me enough to do that.
I've got all the costumes now. And then they put out DLC yesterday, where they added like a Tower of Trials or Den of Trials, or what the hell they call it. And it's like go through 40 stages of killing enemies, and I did it first try. And
Is it just like a
I'm done
horde
now.
mode?
Yeah,
Okay. Because
yeah.
you know the combat, the best part of that game.
I mean, I don't know. The combat's all right. It's a Zelda game. It's a 2D. It's a top-down Zelda. What do you expect?
Like fun puzzles.
Touche.
Yep. Which you know that game does have some fun puzzles.
Mm. Yeah, no, but yeah, completely wrapped that up. So I went and finished Apollo Justice, which I originally started playing when I got my wisdom teeth removed.
Okay.
I got halfway through the game then, and then I just finished the second half this trip.
All right.
I liked it. The last case was interesting, to say the least.
Is it like on par with the Phoenix Wright games?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say Phoenix Wright 1 and 3 are better than it. I'd say
Oh, are you saying two is not very good?
I don't like 2 is the one I like the least. 2, in my opinion, only had one really good case, and that was the last case.
That case is so long.
Yeah, but it was really good. But I liked Apollo Justice. It was good. I didn't mind that he was a different character. I liked that it was a different side of the story in general. And then I went to I went to Dual Destinies, which is the fifth one, the one that was on 3DS, because I was actually going to play Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton, and I found out I didn't bring it with me. So that's actually why I started
Oh man.
Dual Destinies.
Because that game is so good. And I saw a deal going on like on Monday with a code that anyone could have. At Toys R Us, you could get that game for $5, which
Oh
is
yeah, I saw that
insane.
deal. Like you retweeted that.
I did because I was like, because that was my game of the year of last year. That game is so good. If you've enjoyed any of those two series games, you gotta play this. Some super cool stuff happens.
Yeah, I was gonna play that, but then I ended up getting into Phoenix Wright 5 instead. Which it's weird because okay, maybe this is this the case in Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright? Are they 3D models or are they sprites?
The 3D models.
Okay, yeah. So Phoenix 5 also is 3D models.
Yeah. Leighton switched to that in its fifth game, I believe.
Okay, I guess there's just something about the fifth game of the series.
Which, yeah, I guess so. Also, the first 3DS game. I think that's the correlation.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, because I think the fifth one is the first one on the 3DS for Phoenix. For Leighton, I mean Leighton. Well, did Dual Destinies come out this year or last year? Or 2 years ago?
I think it might
It's
have been
definitely
three
it's
years
not
ago
this
at
year.
this point. I think
Yeah,
it
it's
came out
not this year.
before Phoenix or Professor Layton and That
You're right. You're right.
Sorry, I'm
Um,
looking.
I really
I
want,
see three Professor Laytons. No, that's the Phoenix Wright one. Never mind. You're right. There are two.
yeah, because I know 4 is on the DS. It's like the best one. Um, but I really want you to play the crossover title. I hope you just don't get like Phoenix Wrighted out.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna be finishing Phoenix Wright 5 anytime soon because like other games keep coming up. So we'll
Sure,
see. Like
sure.
it's more of like I'll sit down for like a couple minutes,
Okay,
do
okay.
some lawyer stuff and move on.
Just do some casual lawyer stuff.
Casual lawyering is fine. It's good though. I'm enjoying it so far. It is just more Phoenix Wright basically, but with more characters. I think this is the first time in the series the tutorial case is like 2 days long,
I guess. I mean,
which was a bit surprising.
like there's an investigation part.
No, there's still no investigation in part one. I'm only just getting in case two, getting to the investigations. But like, there's
Okay.
a point where they have to like end the day for a specific reason, and they come back and they're like, "All right, we're going to day two of the trial."
Okay.
They've never done that with case one, which was surprising.
I guess it's not like it's like a huge thing, but
I guess, but it was
I
just
guess
still
they
a bit of a
haven't done
surprise.
that. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that means like the rest of the cases are just as long. Plus, there's a DLC case.
Right. I don't think I have the DLC case because when I was buying them on iOS, the game itself was on sale was on sale, and then the DLC wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, I'll
Yeah, I don't.
wait. I'm not gonna get to this for a
I
while
think it
anyway.
was like $5 or something for the DLC case.
Okay.
That's Canadian, so it's probably more like 4 US or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was on iOS during it, but yeah, I'm still on 3. They still find ways to make Mia wear ridiculous outfits
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
it's
she's an anime
very
lady
easy.
with boobs.
They did
So,
it.
yep, any chance they get,
Yeah.
Play
she's literally gonna pop up out up. What?
play the DLC case before the third case because it makes the most sense story wise. Oh, okay. I guess I'll do that. That's a bit weird.
That seems
Because
not
it's
right.
weird because like chronologically, the DLC case actually takes place before the entire game.
I would play it after. That just seems more correct. Anyway, people in the chat are saying stuff.
Yeah.
Have you been playing anything else?
Yeah. I streamed the other day, and I streamed on Cyber Monday, so I dedicated the stream to RoboCop because Cyber Monday. And during the stream, I ended up playing a game called RoboCop 3 for the NES.
Oh, great! I'm glad you're getting ready for Game of the Year with all these
Yep.
2015 games.
You know,
Cool.
always got to be like that.
Yep.
It was bad, so
Great.
I of course decided to finish it off stream, and it was even worse than I thought, which was amazing. So the game is a tie-in movie to time game for RoboCop 3, made by Ocean. It is 4 stages long.
Okay. Are they
I got
long or something?
on stream. I got to stage 3.
Okay.
You get 3 continues, and it has a surprisingly good soundtrack for a shitty tie-in game.
All right. I mean, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, is a tying game with one of the best soundtracks.
Yes, it's true. When you can no longer buy that game,
You can't.
you can actually still buy RoboCop 3 if you look in the right places.
That's true.
So RoboCop 3 has beaten Scott Pilgrim in that one aspect, and that one aspect alone.
I guess so.
The real shitty thing the real shitty thing about the game is that when you die and have to use a continue, whatever your health meter was when you started the stage is what your health is when you continue. So if you happen to start a stage with 1% health, or in
I
my
think I saw you
case,
tweeting about
yeah,
this.
I was basically ranting about the game at that point. It's like I got to the fourth stage with 7% health, died immediately, and then continued with 7% health and proceeded to lose all my continues because I kept dying immediately.
Great.
It was a well designed game. So then I got to the end of the stage and got to the final boss portion, and then for some reason it filled up all my health. So it was specifically the normal stages they didn't heal you, but for the final boss, which was timed, they were like, all right, here, you'll need health,
Well, that's better than them not.
I guess.
So,
Other than that, I played the hot new title today, which I feel like I need to talk about and rant about a bit. Pokemon Picross.
I was waiting for you to talk about that.
Yeah.
I've played maybe 15 minutes of that, and it's all tutorial, which is annoying.
You can skip that all.
I found that out right before we started going live.
Ah, okay. Um, I don't know how I feel about this game. I am actually kind of angry at it.
All right. I mean, as far
You,
as I've played, it's just Picross.
you.
So
Oh no, you haven't gotten to it then. Okay,
no.
so here's the way it works. It's a
I'm on
Picross
like
game.
puzzle 4 or 5.
Okay, yeah, you find out about the shit I'm about to talk about, like puzzle 7.
Okay.
Um, Pokemon Picross is a free to start game.
Yep.
Every time you finish a puzzle, at least at first, you get what's called Pickrits or something like that. There's these
Yep.
little like crystals you can get.
Yeah, in-game currency or
Yeah,
whatever. I don't know. I don't know what
the
they're for.
you use them to either add more Pokemon slots, so you can have more Pokemons for like special moves and like assistance during puzzles, and
Okay.
and to unlock new areas of the game. The problem is because it is actually a free to play game in the sense that it has a stamina meter.
Okay.
But the stamina meter is not per puzzle, which you would think would be the case. The stamina meter is per block you put down in a puzzle.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Okay.
So every puzzle you get after like the fifth or sixth one has a stamina meter next to it. Or an energy number. It says like 57. So that is the bare minimum amount of energy you can use to solve the puzzle.
Okay.
Anytime you put in,
57 sounds like a lot.
yeah, you start with 100, and
Oh, like it doesn't fill up again.
it fills up again. One dot per minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't cost you anything to put down an X, but to actually put down like the mark that solves the puzzle costs you 1 point. It recharges 1 a minute. You can use the in-game currency to refill it, and you can use the in-game currency to extend your meter.
So you can start with more.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
one good thing about this is that after you upgrade 5 times, you no longer have the stamina meter.
Okay, that doesn't sound so bad then.
The problem is this forces you to actually spend money on the game because you do not earn enough Pickrits after a while.
Upgrade.
Through
Okay.
through the tutorial, the doctor or whatever the character the professor in this case
Yeah.
gives you like 50 Pickrits every time, and they give you the first
Yeah.
meter upgrade for free. So really, you start with 200.
Okay.
But eventually, she stops doing that, and you only get Pickrits for solving like doing missions during the puzzles, and at most you get 8 per
Okay.
puzzle.
Step back for a sec. What is a mission during a puzzle?
A mission's like, oh, solve this puzzle under 5 minutes. Carry a water type Pokemon into the fight with you. Use this specific Pokemon's ability.
Okay.
Do all missions at the same time.
Okay. Got that. Step back again. Into the fight with you. What is that?
Oh, a fight
Are
is
the
a puzzle.
puzzles fights? Okay.
Yeah, technically, because every puzzle is a Pokemon, and once you've drawn the Pokemon, you actually capture it, and it joins your team.
Okay.
Is there just a way to buy this game? Like,
Ye-
I'm gonna drop $30, you give me the game, done?
Yeah. If you buy, what did it say? It says if you buy 5,000 Pickrits from the actual like real currency store, you get them for free from then on out.
Someone in
But
the
I
chat.
can't just like buy the video game. It's still free to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get it. Like I said, I've been playing it. I haven't spent any money.
I think it.
So
I think it works
comment in
out
the chat
to.
is saying
Can I just pay money for a product and have that product?
comment in the chat is saying after you spend $32 American, Pickrits are free from what he's heard or
Yeah,
she's
that's
heard.
about right. It works out to about 40 something Canadian, I think.
So,
I'd
you
rather
know,
just spend the 40 Canadian to download the game and not have to worry about shop navigation or anything. Just play.
Because every other Picross game is $10.
I don't
is
even
this
care.
is this one maybe
It doesn't
bigger in
matter what they
scale?
charge. Just give me the thing for money.
Okay, $40 is the price of a 3DS game. Is this bigger in scale? Is this a like a Picross DS?
I see.
Like,
That's the thing. It's kind of Picross DS-ish.
okay, so that's bigger than Picross E, right?
Not really, because like I think they advertised 330 puzzles or something like that.
Okay. And
Presume-
Pokemon Picross?
Yeah. Presumably they're gonna do all the Pokemon. Like that would make sense to me. Which would be 700 something. Which in that case, then yes, $40, fucking totally worth it.
Yeah, 700.
But yeah, like every Picross E is like around $10, and those usually have like 150 puzzles at least, if not more. I think the last Picross E actually had about 300.
Okay. Is the Pokemon edition of this worth it?
Do you like Picross? Then yes. If
Well, I
you
just
can,
mean like because the value is not great, but does the Pokemon aspect make it a better value because it's so different?
no,
No? Okay.
the Pokemon thing doesn't really add anything to it unless you like are really into Pokemon.
Are you only spending money to get more moves, or do you have to at some point buy more puzzles, like
You have to
push them
also
or
buy more
whatever?
puzzles with the Pickrits. That's the problem. Immediately what I did, I started putting like all my Pickrits because they were just giving me a ton into like upgrades. So I'm like, oh, now I can bring more Pokemon into a puzzle. Now I can have more stamina. And then I got to the end of the area, and it's like, yeah, you need like 50 Pickrits to move on. I'm like, fuck. How am I supposed to earn
Okay.
more? Oh, I have to actually go buy them.
But if you had unlimited pick rates, it would not be an issue.
Yeah. If you had
Okay.
unlimited Pickrits, then you just can go through the game.
Okay. I was just wondering if you spent like this $32 and then you still had to like buy a $5 map pack or something.
No, no. Once you've spent all the money, you, as far as I'm aware of, you can just keep playing the game.
Okay. So you would recommend buying Picross E over this.
Yeah, the one thing that really gets me is that if you have never played a Picross game before, this is actually the best one to start with. That's the weirdest thing because it's the most detailed tutorial ever for Picross. It eases you into it so well, and you learn the game really well, like all the tricks.
I
So,
actually didn't like that, but I've
but
played
you've that's
Picross and
that's
I was
exactly
like,
why. If
stop giving me these hints. I know how numbers work.
if you've never played Picross and want to learn, start with the free part of Pokemon Picross, and then if you like that, get Picross E.
Okay. Okay, so you're doing the Picross version of going to Best Buy to try out the TV, but then just buying it on Amazon.
Yes,
All right, all right. There you go. Pro tips.
I'm actually gonna keep playing it because I want to see how far I can get because I made one purchase because they give you a one time cheap fee, so I spent like I think $5, so it's still under the price of Picross E, and I bought 800 Pickrits for that, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
see how far that lets me go.
So if you were like really, really slow at like problem solving,
Mm-hmm.
you actually wouldn't run into the stamina issue.
Yes,
If it take you a move, if it took you a minute to do each move, then this is golden for you. Like no problems.
exactly.
Okay, so maybe you just need to slow down. Maybe you just need to stop and smell the roses. Wait, does the stamina still like can you close the DS and it's fine?
Oh yeah, yeah. It can like
But
you can close the game and it's still fine. It recharges like based off system clock,
okay.
and presumably tampering with the clock makes it angry.
But the only downside if you're going this slow is like your completion time will just be like absurd.
Yeah, and that can hinder you from getting more Pickrits because so far every puzzle has had a completed under this time to get a Pickrit bonus.
Oh man, so they got you there too.
There's also a daily test, like daily practice you can do for extra Pickrits.
Like a daily
But
challenge.
yeah, but you can only do it once a day, obviously, and it gave me I think 24
That
Pickrits.
seems like a lot more than 8.
It is a lot more, but you have to keep in mind the first area to open was 50,
Okay.
and it's only gone up from there.
Okay.
And just for reference's sake, I'm at level 3 energy meter. It's level 5 that supposedly is free. Like, you don't have to worry about energy anymore. That's going to cost me 150. And presumably the next one is 200.
So the bet would the best way be just grinding the upgrades and then having free levels, or should it just be go through the levels when you can unlock them?
I don't know. Honestly, like, I unlocked the
But if
second.
hang on, if you grind for the upgrades, you're going to be playing the same stages
They,
over and over again.
they will give. You can't even get extra pick rates from redoing stages.
So you'd be stuck with the daily challenges then.
Yes.
Okay. So it seems like the best way to do it is to just not even care about the upgrades and play this for 5 minutes a day and just slowly kind of go through it.
Maybe, yeah, that might be the best way. Unless you're willing to pay
Okay.
money. Like I said,
Yeah, yeah.
if I'm paying under the amount I paid for Picross E, or fuck, even Picross DS, which was $20.
Oh, you're
Uh,
right. It was.
yeah, that game launched at $20.
Did 3D also launch at $20? I know I bought it at $20, but that was a while after it came out.
If not 20, it was 30, which is still lower.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I think it was 30.
You got to get that Pokemon Premium though.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna see how far I can get while being below or at least around the budget of Picross E. But the
Okay.
fact that it straight up says if you buy these many Pickrits, you can get them for free, and I think the first pack you can buy, I'm gonna double check this here in a second. The first pack you can buy, or the biggest one you have, is not enough, and it's like $38 Canadian. It's just like, I'm not sure how I feel about this.
But isn't didn't well someone in the chat was saying 38
Thir-
or 32 was
they
for the
said
big
32
one.
American. That's what they heard. I'm double checking now.
Was for the big one.
Yeah, on screen right now it says if you purchase 4,200 Pickrits more, you will be able to buy them for free from the shop.
Then how much would it cost you to purchase 4,200 more?
I'm looking it up right now. It's connecting to the internet. So
Okay.
it's gonna take a second here. I have 729 in my inventory right now.
Okay,
Uh,
yes, you need 5,000. Okay.
4,000 is $31.24 Canadian.
4,000 is 30,
Yeah,
sorry, $31 you said?
yeah.
$32?
And another 1,000, presuming like you hadn't bought the deal like I did, is
Yeah.
879. So that works out to $40
So yeah, so
and
40
change.
bucks, 40 bucks Canadian it's looking like.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like at that point you should have just released a commercial product. I don't know. Maybe that's
I
just me.
get well,
But I mean, $40 Canadian doesn't mean like full price. It's just fucked for us.
I feel no, I still think this might have been the way to do it because if you have people like you that are way into it, you'll just spend the $40 and like either way. Or but they got so many more people in there because they can play for free for a lot of it. And that's how games work now.
I know it still sucks.
Like I mean, like you can totally ignore all this and just pay the price, which you would have done if it was a retail price anyway.
Yeah,
So it's kind
I
of the same thing.
I guess, but like I don't know. I'm not sure how I just feel it's a little weird decision all around. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I mean, it's annoying to like look at it and have to even think about any of this stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's the main issue. But
yeah.
but it's
100
2015.
energy will be unlimited after its final upgrade, and it says I'm currently at 3 out of 5.
We just gotta wait for like Mountain Dew to have a double XP day for us.
Exactly. I need a double XP Pokemon weekend.
Nice.
Yep. Did you play anything else?
That's it.
Okay, I played a whole bunch.
All right, let's do it.
Um, a bunch of new stuff, somewhat new stuff. Uh, I've been playing Destiny this week. That game's a lot of fun. I'm like really into
Like
Destiny.
Taken King Destiny or like pre Taken King Destiny.
So I haven't played the missions that are called Taken King ones,
Mm-hmm.
but from the little bit I understand, when Taken King came out, they like revamped a lot of old Destiny as well.
Mm.
Like Nolan North is the voice actor and such, and like drop rates and things are different as well. So I'm playing a different Destiny than launch, but I have not played Taken King missions. Um, I'm only like level 10 right now. I haven't been like really playing a ton of it because Just Cause 3 just came out. But yeah, I'm having like a blast with Destiny, and a buddy of mine who's already 40, he can jump into my game, and it just makes like his bullets and his health like worse. So even though he's 4 times my level, we're still like on par when we're playing together, which is great to see. Because if you think of like Borderlands, for example, when the overpowered person comes in, everyone else gets super powerful, and then the weak guy is just kind of stuck there hiding, getting experience, which is not that fun. So this is a great way of bringing people together without changing it too much. That's a Halo-ass Halo game. You can definitely tell it's
That
from
is
Bungie.
very, very Halo.
Yeah, you got some floaty people. You got space all over. You got amazing looking skyboxes and some great music. Um, but yeah, that's a good looking game, good sounding game. Yeah, I'm just having a lot of fun with it. So I'm looking forward to like, and I think because of this, and because of Just Cause 3, I think it might be the PS3, sorry, PS4 coming home with me when I go up for Christmas.
Ooh, okay.
Because I was definitely leaning towards the Xbox because I wanted to show people Guitar Hero Live as well. But this thing's like half the weight, and maybe I can play some Destiny. So um, that's a lot of fun. I'm also oh, so just before that, because Destiny took forever to install, um, is Witcher 3, which is not really grabbing me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm kind of getting a lot of like Dragon Age Origin vibes just in terms of like how I'm like really wanting to try like get into it, but there's just something there in like the way it handles and the way the combat works that I'm just like this just doesn't seem like it's for me. Um, that's definitely like you could tell that was a PC first developer because there's just like so much text everywhere on everything.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was thinking like, man, Paul would be way into this. There's
it's really good.
so much text just describing everything, and it's small text, and there's a lot of like different combinations of buttons. It's like, well, if you had a keyboard, this would not be an issue. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton to say about Witcher 3. I've maybe played 3 hours of it.
Oh,
Um,
you need to give it at least 10 to 20 before it starts going. That's
I
not
hope
even a joke.
I'm no, I'm sure you're right, and I hope so. I would like to get into it more so than I am. Um, is there? Did you play Witcher 3, Paul?
Oh yeah, it's gonna make an appearance on a game of the year list coming up probably somewhere.
So is there a way that when you're doing like a side mission, let's say you fail it, can you redo side missions?
What side missions are you taught? Like, how do you fail?
There was
Not
this
by
one, and
dying.
again, I'm in like the first 3 hours. This guy was like, "Hey, I was attacked in the swamp over there by zombie people or whatever it was. And I left a little box over there. Could you go get it for me?" So I had to go into the swamp, find his carriage, get the box, bring it. But then you kind of by like looking around, you realize, oh wait, this guy may have been the actual bad guy, and he killed the person who actually owned this box. So now I went back to him and I was like, "You're an idiot. I'm not giving you this box. Um, this you're clearly a murderer." And he takes off on his horse, and it's like you got to catch him. And I'm like, "Oh shoot, what? Where's my horse? Oh, he got away. Mission failed. Is he ever back, or am I just like now I get the fail thing on my list forever?" Perplexed Paul. All right, we'll get back to that. Don't worry about it, Paul. Um,
He might have cut out for a sec.
oh, he sounds like he's trying to say something, but we'll try again later, Paul. Um, but anyway, yeah, I'm hoping Witcher 3 gets me more going forward. But right now, I'm just kind of there's just something just not clicking with, I guess, maybe my personality or the way I play games. And it's really reminding me of Dragon Age Origins, which I tried twice with Dragon Age Origins, could not really penetrate it. I played a bit more Yoshi's Woolly World. I only really bring up that because the music's great. I just wanted to point that out. The music in that game is really cool.
That one's super fun. I ended up playing it. I haven't played it this past week, but I played it a couple weeks ago. Still enjoy it.
I just beat World 2, so I'm like really going slow on it. Um, but yeah, that's a delightful game. That's a good game. And then I've been playing Just Cause 3.
Okay, I'm curious about this.
Yeah. Man, that game is such a disappointment.
That's what I was afraid
Like, oh
of.
my God,
Oh,
it's so
I
oh.
heard a
sad.
lot of people saying bad shit about it.
Oh, this was so sad to me because I was looking forward to this. I was like, I'm not putting out the Community Game of the Year survey until Just Cause 3's out because of course that game's gonna be up there as Just Cause. No, it's probably not, son. So I'm playing on the PS4, which I understand is a broken version, and the Xbox One version is apparently even worse.
Oof.
PC's where it's at, I'm told. I've got this for review. Um, they sent me the PS4 code. The load times are insane. Like probably the worst I've ever had, ever. Um, to the point where this morning I had about 15 minutes before I was going to go to work. So I was like, play a little bit of Just Cause 3, cause some chaos. I think I played for a total of 3 minutes because the other 12 were in load screens. At one point, in fact, the only reason I left when I did like was because there was a load screen. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get my bag together. I managed to get my bag together, finish a bottle of water, put my watch and shoes on, put my backpack on, and it was still loading. And I was like, I don't have time for this. Turned it off and went to work.
Jesus.
Um, that's why I'm so far as I am in Pokemon Picross because I play that during load times. Other times though, it'll be instantaneous. So it's not even like an always thing.
Oh my.
It's just sporadic, which is annoying because sometimes I'm like, well, time to get comfy. Oh no, you're in? Okay. Whereas other times I'm like it's a thing where it's like, should I put the controller down? Like, I want to take my phone out, and for the most part, I can definitely take my phone out. I can take like 8 phones out. But sometimes it's like there's a chance it's come back, so maybe I have to keep my hands on the controller. Um, Frame rate issues when things are blowing up, which is that game. The game is things blowing up, and there's frame rate issues. There's texture pop in. There's weird um, draw distance stuff. At one point, I was parachuting over a town, and I was like, "Oh, look, some explosive barrels on that truck," and then they just disappeared. And I was like, "Oh, maybe I got to get a bit closer." No, they didn't come back. They just disappeared. So the game thought there was barrels there at one point, and then not anymore. So this is insane. This is like I was so excited for Just Cause. And when you are playing, it can be actually that's not even like sometimes it can be a lot of fun, but they completely ruined Just Cause. So if you remember how Just Cause 2 worked, you basically just had to cause chaos to progress in the story. The way you progress in this story is story missions will be gated behind different like settlements that you need to take over. So you'll go to a settlement. It'll be like a small town on these like the massive island. There's like 3 islands. It's the whole thing is huge, and you get a wingsuit, so that's cool too. But so you'll go to a settlement, and you're like, all right, gotta blow stuff up. But instead of just getting to shoot all the red stuff, they've they've turned it into a scavenger hunt, and like a really precise one. So you can't just cause a certain amount of chaos and explosions to happen. You need to blow up this number of like oil tankers. You need to shoot down this number of billboards. And the number they're giving you is the exact amount in the town. So
Oh.
on more than one occasion, I'm in a helicopter circling the town real slowly and just searching.
Oh, that sounds
Literally just
stupid.
literally just pixel hunting for a billboard.
Could you theoretically just kind of fuck around and just do whatever you want, and then if you saw that stuff, just break it?
You
But
would
you wouldn't be
not
able to
progress
progress through
in
the
the
story.
story very quickly because
Okay.
you're kind of leaving it to chance.
Just Cause has never been about a story, though. It's just been about doing that, just
I, I,
causing
I
shit.
guess there's also, but I mean, like, in order to get like powerful enough to take on like the real big places, you're gonna have to do this stuff. And in fact, so in open world games, I'm not really in for side missions or like challenge missions. Like, I don't care about like race car missions in GTA or Saints Row. It's not interesting to me. All of your upgrades are behind challenge missions.
Oh.
So if you want a better like wingsuit, or if you want to have NOS on your helicopter, which why wouldn't you? You have to do aerial races.
That's terrible, actually.
All of them are behind those. The one good thing that they do for that though is you get you get gears, which are the equivalent of like a star ranking for each one of the little challenge missions you do. And instead of it being like you need to finish this one on max, it's like you need to get 7 gears total. So if you do terrible on 7 of them and get 1 out of 5, that'll still get you the upgrade. So that's nice. You don't have to be good at the challenge missions because that could get really annoying. But you still have to do like a ton of just like car races and stuff just to get like the real cool stuff to play with. And some of the challenge missions are kind of cool. Like there's one where you need to like it's basically Speed, the movie Speed. You have to be on a vehicle and keep it above like 60 kilometers an hour, and then drive it into a lighthouse and jump out of the door before you get too close, so that the whole thing blows up. And then while you're doing it, the whole thing slows down, so it shows you running away with an explosion behind you.
All
That was
right,
cool.
that does sound pretty cool.
That was a cool mission. Um, to get into that mission though, there was a 4 minute loading screen,
Hmm.
and then when it finished, there was a 4 minute loading screen to get back to the open world. That mission took me 90 seconds.
You were basically describing Sonic 06 to me right now.
I guess so. I guess I am. It's just like one bummer after the next. Like,
I can't wait to play it on PC and
yeah.
see how many problems there aren't.
Well, even with all the technical issues, you still have this pixel hunting to do, which goes completely against just blowing stuff up. Like the biggest settlement I took on, there was stuff to blow up everywhere, but I had to like run around on foot so that I could hit two buttons that would open four doors so I could shoot these main things inside these four doors before the timer ran out. Like I wasn't even allowed to just go nuts. I had to get like really precise and like I got to make sure I am running like this and this and this.
Like
Like
this is Avalanche, right? The same guys who did the other two?
yes.
Did they just have the B team working on this while they worked on Mad Max or what?
I have no idea. I have no idea which team was doing what, but it is just a bummer. Like Just Cause 2 is the best Just Cause, I guess. You do get your like grappling hook shot thing. You can hook it to two objects and then reel them in together. So you can hook like a dude or let's say four dudes to all four propellers on a helicopter and then drive the helicopter with dudes flying around and then just pull them in so they all get chopped up. I did this one thing where there was a goat and I hooked it to a car that was driving away and then reeled that in. So a goat just went flying at this car and then knocked the car over. That was pretty good too. Like there's some cool things you can do. Um, but every 8 minutes there's a loading screen for half that length and the pixel hunt thing is so awful. I hate it. Um,
I'm getting confirmation from multiple sources in the chat that Just Cause 3 was done by the B team because
that's a huge
The
bummer.
A team was working on Mad Max.
That's a huge bummer because I didn't hear great things about Mad Max.
I
Um,
heard it rated
Yeah,
better
Mad Max,
than Just
it's
Cause.
half good.
what was that, Paul?
Mad Max is about half good.
About half good, huh? I think Mad Max actually rated better than Just Cause is right now. Let me find out.
I don't know what the ratings of Just Cause 3 are. I
Uh,
am reviewing it.
76.
That's probably higher than I'm gonna give it
That's higher than
based on what I'm
Battlefront,
doing.
but lower than Rainbow Six, Fallout, and Xenoblade X.
What's Rainbow Six at? That also just came out.
78.
Okay.
So not much higher.
Anyway, so yeah, like I'm really hoping there's a patch that fixes a lot of this, but at the moment, Just Cause 3 is just a huge letdown, and that's really sad.
That is a major bummer.
Yep. That is all I've been playing.
Cool.
So let's go on to news.
All right.
A couple quick things right off the bat. Then we're just gonna get into the Game Awards, which are happening right now. Just finished recently. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna open Kotaku and just go down the list because there's some cool stuff.
Okay.
But first off, Sony is working on a way to stream PS4 games to your PC. Awesome. That's cool. PC and Mac, I should
Nice.
say. Xbox has that with their the Windows 10 Xbox app. I haven't used it, but that's cool that Sony's doing that too.
All right. Before we pop on the next thing, I looked up Mad Max ratings versus Just Cause. Mad Max actually rated lower than Just Cause.
Oh, okay.
Not by much, but they're all lower. 69, 72, and 73.
Are you looking at what system for Just Cause are you looking at?
The highest rated, I think, is bizarrely. Oh, no, I would think that was PC. Hang on a second.
PC should be the highest for
Yes,
sure.
PC is the highest at 76. PS4 is at 77. Never mind, it is higher.
So weird.
And Xbox One is 73.
That's ridiculous to me. Okay, whatever.
Good news. Recommended from looking at the review of Just Cause 3, Pokemon Picross.
What? Oh, just playing it?
Metacritic recommended Pokemon Picross because of
Oh, I see.
Just Cause 3.
That is weird. That game is pretty. I'll say that. That's a good thing about it. Other news story: Amplitude got a release date of January 5th. Just missing game of the year, but also missing Year of the Rhythm game return.
Almost.
Um, although I think backers get it sometime in late December, so there's that. All right, Game Awards. Let's see what Kotaku. Let's see what you got. What do you got for me, Kotaku? I'm gonna go from like bottom to top, so it's kind of chronological. All right, first up, Telltale's making a Batman game. What?
What?
Okay.
Um, they're episodic. A quick teaser. Let's see what this teaser looks like.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, Wolf Among Us is a comic made into a game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, with comic style artwork, narrated by the chatter of Gothamites debating the virtues of both Bruce Wayne and Batman. Anyway, Telltale Batman game. I'm down.
Cool.
That's cool. I
That
like
sounds
yep.
Batman. I
awesome.
like Telltale. Um, what's next? They showed some more Far Cry Primal. All right.
Okay.
Psychonauts 2
Cool.
is announced.
Okay. Cool.
That's crazy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Psychonauts
Psychonauts.
2.
Yep. It'll be crowdfunded apparently, which I
Oh
guess
no.
that's what
No.
Double Fine does.
I know. But they gotten so much heat after Broken Age and Massive Chalice, and did they do a third one? That
Uh,
spaceship thing?
uh,
Or was
Space,
it
yeah,
Yeah.
DS9 or whatever.
No,
So
don't.
they're on Fig, which I don't know what Fig is. I guess it's a crowdfunding platform that has rewards as well. They are asking for $3.3 million dollars. They have until January 7th, so a little over a month. Um,
Uh Tim on the chat says Tim Schafer actually owns Fig, the company that's running the crowdfunding.
wow, I did not know that. Okay. I'm looking at these reward tiers. Let's see what the highest one is. For $10,000,
You can
a
be the
trip
main character of the game.
a trip to Whispering Rock. Camping trip for you and a friend with members of the Psychonauts team at Double Fine to Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp.
Yeah, that sounds worth it.
And obviously everything below, so you get like friendship bracelets, you get to design a figment, a plushie, bunch of other stuff. Anyway, so Psychonauts 2, if you want to get on that, that seems like a pretty interesting announcement.
It is, but I don't know. I think unfortunately Schaefer's kind of burned a lot of goodwill. I don't
Let's
know.
see.
Yeah, fuck giving that dude money.
um, did you say Massive Chalice when you were listing off
Yeah,
crowdfunding games? Okay, because
Massive Chalice, Space
that's up
Base.
there.
Massive Chalice is where they started getting in heat because they did that before Broken Age was like even,
Finished.
yeah,
Yeah,
even remotely
I
finished.
liked Iron Brigade a lot. That was a fun game.
That was good.
Okay, let's see. A couple things about Psychonauts 2. It's still in early pre-production. It'll explore more of Raz's backstory, including his family's curse to always die in water, as well as more adventures through different mines. There'll be new psychic powers, mixed in with old ones. A lot of the old team is getting back together. Eric Wolpaw will help write it. Peter Chan will do more concept art. Peter McConnell is doing the music. Voice actors Richard Horvitz, Raz,
Good.
and Nikki Rapp Lily will also be returning.
Uh, Thaumatic, Thaumic in the chat says Fig actually allows you to actually invest rather than just getting rewards. You can get a share of the profits of the game.
Huh. All right.
Interesting. I'm gonna look into that, but I don't know. I crowdfunded again from Double Fine. Just does not feel good.
Feels bad, man.
Exactly.
There is a Rise of the Tomb Raider DLC coming. The Baba Yaga Season of the Witch coming out next month. Sounds good to me. That game is fantastic. I want to play more of it. Speaking of stuff that's supposed to be coming out DLC wise, where's that Ori and the Blind Forest DLC? I thought that was coming out this month.
There's still a lot more left of this month.
I guess I just haven't heard a thing about that since summer, and I really want to play more of that game. Whoa, my computer's clicking stuff for me. Okay, biggest news. Easily the biggest news. Shadow Complex remastered.
Excuse me?
Who's excited?
All right, I'm excited.
How excited are you?
Chair actually not doing something other than a Infinity Blade game? Holy shit.
Chair Entertainment has been quietly preparing Shadow Complex remastered for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. However, PC players can go download the game for free right now. The
What?
first, the first game, the first
Oh,
game,
okay.
not remastered. It's just on their website, epicgames.com/Shadow Complex. You can get the first Shadow Complex for free on your PC if you want that right now.
Well, that's good because I was never on PC. So,
Um, that's awesome. Wasn't that Nolan North? I
yeah.
think that was during the
Yeah,
height of Nolan North voice acting.
yeah.
Anyway, any more Shadow Complex? Like, I don't even care if it's the same game again. I want to play that again. Like, that game's so good. One of the best Metroidvania games.
If since it's free, I highly recommend everyone go download Shadow Complex right now because
Yep.
that game was phenomenal. If
Um,
you love Super Metroid, you will love that game.
it's a really good game. I think I played through that game twice to get everything. I think I got absolutely everything in that game. Level 50, every unlockable, like that game's so good.
Yeah,
My mouse is just clicking on everything. Okay. Uh, Rocket League is coming to Xbox One in February.
cool.
There's going to be exclusive Halo and Gears of War cars.
Makes sense.
That game's also fantastic. So more the merrier.
I think the PS4 got Sweet Tooth's van, so it makes sense.
Okay, and then here's a weird report coming out. Apparently, Konami banned Hideo Kojima from appearing at the Game Awards.
Yeah, apparently he like they used their lawyers to straight up stop him from going to accept awards, and the host called them out on that.
Yeah, an announcement by host Jeff Keighley. He even tweeted to Hideo Kojima, "Congrats, we miss you, my friend." Apparently, a lawyer for Konami reportedly barred Kojima from attending nor accept his awards. The Phantom Pain's Kiefer Sutherland accepted one of Metal Gear's awards on his behalf. When the news was revealed, the audience booed in protest.
Of course, because it's stupid.
Oh, here's the quote. As you noticed, said Keeley, Hideo Kojima is not here with us tonight, and I want to tell you a little about that. Mr. Kojima had every intention of being with us tonight, but unfortunately, he was informed by a lawyer representing Konami just recently that he would not be allowed to travel to tonight's awards ceremony to accept any awards. Crowd boos. He's still under an employment contract, and it's disappointing and it's inconceivable to me that an artist like Hideo would not be allowed to come here and celebrate with his peers and fellow teammates. That is crazy. Like, what are they? I guess they're worried that he's going to talk negatively about Konami in front of all the people.
Well, it's a
That's got to be it, right?
good thing Keatley can just do whatever he wants. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, he's not under contract, so yeah,
Yeah.
and good for him. Like, good for him. Not like you could see like I don't want to say like a lesser man, but like someone not wanting to take this shot at Konami. But Keeley, he's a personality and like a face, but in some ways he's a journalist too, and he shouldn't be like rolling over for this. He should be taking shots and speaking his mind. And what Konami's doing is not good, obviously. Um,
What's this
it'll
about?
be interesting when this contract is up and Kojima can speak openly about everything if he feels that like he wants to, if that's good for him.
Apparently, Konami flagged the YouTube stream too.
I'm trying to find like actual evidence of this because if that's the case, that's fucking hilarious.
That just shows how broken YouTube is for that.
Yeah, I haven't watched the thing myself. I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow. So I'm just reading the text write-ups.
I saw someone had brought up like that all these licenses that they use are now just pachinko machines. They did the pachinko machine thing years ago. This is not new news, unfortunately. There are like 5 Castlevania pachinko machines, for example.
The next slate of Mortal Kombat X DLC characters have been announced.
Oh, I didn't think that game was gonna get another
Texas
set.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre's Leatherface.
Nice.
Aliens Xenomorph.
I
Boraicho.
I for
And
some reason thought the Xenomorph was already in there.
I did too.
I thought it was Predator.
You're right. Actually, never mind. You are right. It's
Oh.
it's Predator, Jason, Tanya, and some guy from Special Forces.
And the last one coming up is Triborg.
Triborg?
Is a mashup of Cyrax, Sector, and Robot Smoke.
All right. Why the
That's
hell
great.
not?
Triborg is a really good name.
That is pretty good.
That's super funny. They're arriving first quarter 2016.
Nice.
Um,
So that was,
Triborg
what was it Leatherface, Bo Raicho, Alien, Xenomorph, and
and Triborg. Witcher 3 won the Game of the Year at 2015, beating
Sure.
Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Super Mario Maker.
You said Witcher 3 won?
Witcher 3 is the winner.
Wow.
Um,
Sure, why not? When you bought that game, you actually got all the game and DLC.
Touche.
You actually bought a product and you got everything for it.
Tamar is saying you actually have to make an Epic Games account to play Shadow Complex, which I guess makes sense.
I mean, it's free. Like,
Yeah.
that's the price. Make
They
an
Yeah.
got to
account.
get something out of
Give
it.
them your email. I'm gonna wait for the remastered one, personally. Although I guess I could just play the 360 one. I don't even know if it's on the list of the backwards compatible games for the Xbox One. Anyway, that's all the news. So let's go into questions. We don't have much, just a couple. If people want to send questions in, it's a top-down perspective at gmail.com. It's through Twitter at TDP Podcast, and it's the Facebook group. You can send in questions there. All right, I'll grab this first one from Misto Hayes. Uh, he says, you three are a four-man party from the darkest dungeon. Which class are each of you? Pick a friend for the fourth player. And who is the first one to go crazy and make the mission go terribly wrong?
I don't remember what the classes were in that game.
I I've never played Darkest Dungeon. Paul?
Uh, I don't know, just like a normal dude. Like I'm not a thief or anything, so
Do you remember the classes?
My favorite class is Normal Dude.
normal dude is the best class. Are
Normal
you
Dude
kidding me?
sounds like a class that the South Park game would have had.
Actually, you're right. It does.
I'm looking up the classes right now for Darkest Dungeon. Abomination, a Rabelist, Bounty Hunter, Crusader, Grave Robber, Hellion, Highwayman, Houndmaster, Jester, Leper, Man-at-Arms,
Oh my God,
Oculist,
there's so many of these.
Plague Doctor, and Vestal.
I don't know what any of those do, but Plague Doctor sounds awesome.
Plague Doctor like throws like poisons and shit.
That's not as cool as it sounds.
I'm
The Plague Doctor is not that cool.
thinking Bounty Hunter or Man-at-Arms.
Who would go crazy first of the three of us? Who's the least will? Who has the least will?
Probably me.
All right, thanks
Like
for volunteering.
no, I probably have the least willpower, but I'm stubborn as hell. So I usually grit my teeth about a lot of stuff. But willpower,
You're
like I'm a
too stubborn
smoker.
to just go insane.
Yeah, like
I don't think
Yeah.
that's how that works.
All right, who wants to get the next one?
I can't read it.
The last
I had
one.
a feeling it'll be me. This is all David's. Okay,
It is.
last one comes in from David. It says, this past Saturday, I traded in a copy of Puzzle and Dragon Z for the 3DS at a game store for a GBA card of Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. This was the first time I had traded in a game store since 2002 when my brother and I traded both our N64 and PS1 and all 15 of our games for them for a GameCube, 2 controllers, and 1 game. Pretty sure no money actually exchanged hands as well. When was the last time any of you ever traded in a game, and what was the reason for it?
I've never traded in a game ever.
Never?
No.
Wow. Okay. It's been a long time for me. I'm trying to think. Last time I traded in a game.
The last time I traded in game, I think was either when I got my Zelda DS Lite by buying four $10 games at Walmart.
Okay, you did like a trade deal.
Yeah, it was when we were still working at the store.
So you knew all the best way to do it. Oh, and it looks like we lost
We just
Paul.
lost Paul. Yeah, that's gonna script the cameras in a second here.
I'm gonna try and get him back.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I'll say mine while you're working. Um, I've definitely done trade deals before. Hey, Paul, we got you back.
Yes.
Hey, okay. John, do you want to continue yours?
Yeah, no, I got that, and then I remember there were a bunch of trade deals that you could get. Like if you bought like an $8 game at EB, you could get $20 back at another store. So
Yeah,
I think that was back when Rogers actually had video games. So
there
I
was
used to
definitely a
do
lot
that
of me
much.
going to Blockbuster
I
and
remember
picking up
that.
a few
Yeah.
games and then going immediately to our store and trading them in. In fact, I think at one point you said like, "Did you just go pick this up?"
Yeah.
Like to me, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I did." Um, so that was pretty funny. Uh, last time I traded, maybe the only one coming to mind is I think Best Buy had a deal. It was like trade one game of like a certain value, and you got Donkey Kong Country Returns for free.
Mm.
And I think I traded Catherine, and I shouldn't have done that because that game's awesome. And I don't care much for Donkey Kong Country Returns.
I need to get another copy of that
Of what?
of Catherine because I don't have a copy anymore.
Oh, okay. Which one are you gonna get though? Catherine with a C or Catherine with a K?
Oh right, because it was different per console. Well,
That's
I
right.
have a save for PS3, but wasn't far enough that I couldn't just start over, so I
I'm
don't think it
pretty
matters.
sure the PS3 one was Catherine with a K, and she's like the one with glasses
Hmm.
and is not slutty.
Yeah.
God damn it. Um, Nathan, old host of the show, got the special edition, so he has a Catherine pillowcase
At
and
Pizza
boxers.
Yes.
Box and Boxers, yeah.
Sure.
Yep, I've definitely seen those at his place. All right, that's all the questions. If people want to send in questions for next week, and you should, because like, why wouldn't you? Um, topdownperspective at gmail.com, at TDP podcast, or the Facebook group. And someone in the chat is saying, "Oh man, now I remember the Catherine Bar music. Catherine Bar was like one of the best parts. I loved
It
just
was
hanging out
pretty
in that
good,
bar,
yeah.
chatting with your buddies, and learning a bunch of facts about alcohol. Like just a lot of them. That's a cool game. I played through that game twice. That is such a cool game. All right, games of the week. Mine's Destiny.
I think this is gonna be the first time ever I'm not going to give it to a Picross game. Apollo Justice.
Like when there was a Picross game to give it to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Paul. I guess
Uh,
Phoenix Wright by
Watching
default.
Steven Universe on a plane and then
That's
falling
not.
asleep.
That's not a game.
That's a
That's not a game.
great game. What are you
Can't
talking
say. You
about?
can't say that.
I haven't really played any. I played Killing Floor 2 before I left.
Give
So
him
that.
Steven Universe and
Okay.
falling asleep on a plane. I think that's a great game.
I mean, you can like that experience, but it can't be your game of the week.
Oh,
Your video game of the week.
the game of being stuck in a TSA line for about 15 minutes
Much better.
past
Much
you're
better.
supposed to be, and you have to run for the gate. That's a pretty good one.
That sounds awful. Just again, little housekeeping. We have a survey for people for Community Game of the Year. So look at our various social networks and go fill out the thing so we can tally it up and have a lot of people. We're trying to beat last year. We had 75 responses last year. So let's try and I want to break 100. That's my goal this year. So let's try and break 100. Um, that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
We didn't mention Platinum Games working on Ninja Turtles M-rated game supposedly.
right. That was not a Game Awards thing, but I do
Yeah.
remember hearing about that
We
earlier
forgot to put
this
that
week.
in the news. Sorry.
I didn't know that that was an M-rated game.
The first
That's
report I
really
saw was
interesting.
M-rated. I don't know if that's consistent, but
Do people like the Transformers game they just did though?
apparently it was really
I've heard
good.
like nothing about it.
I heard a lot of good
People,
buzz about it.
Okay.
What'd you
Okay.
say, Paul?
yeah, a lot of people I've talked to that played it do.
Great. And thank you for Dan posting the links in the chat. Anyways, we'll be back next week. Thanks everyone for tuning in. See you later.
I
Oh, sorry, M rated in
Oh,
Australia, so that just means 15. So
like
it's
like
probably teen
E.
rated here.
So it's like E here.
No, it's 15 and up, so it's teen.
Okay.